Just waiting on the bike to be collected. Marius from MFM Detailing is going to take it away and apply some PPF film to it, paint protection film. Very interested to see the results, because one of the things I love most about this bike is just the spectacular paint. Yeah, there's the sound of my neighbourhood, house alarms and barking dogs. So yeah, he's going to take it away for a few days, install the film and drop it back. I'm interested to see if it's perceptible. The reason I'm going for PPF is not just going to show up here on camera, but there are very slight stone chips along the front edge of the side panel. The problem is, like, stone chips are, I just accept it's Irish roads, they're in shite, it's just going to happen. But we think water is starting to get just behind or into the stone chips and starting to lift the paint. Because it's a metal filament paint, for want of a better term, it's starting to lift very, very slightly. So I guess PPF over it, it should seal the surface, protect from any more future chips, and, you know, prevent any the damage that is there becoming any worse. And I say damage, it's tiny, but it's there. I know it's there. It's in the back of my mind. I want this looking as best as possible because she's my pride and joy. So Marius was really good at keeping me informed as he went through the whole bike. Here is the front cowl getting the material applied to it, and the tailpiece as well. It goes on wet just like vinyl, but unlike vinyl, it's very difficult to work with as it's much thicker. Here's a shot of the air induction arm for the supercharger, and you can see the material being overlaid. And there's the after once it's finished and flattened and fit correctly. So big difference. Just like vinyl, tiny air bubbles appeared during the application, but with a bit of heat and patience, Marius worked them all out. So then the picture started to change as he finished more and more parts of the bike. And at this stage, I was really looking forward to getting back and seeing it in the metal. I was more than happy to hand it off to Marius for this. Like, I don't have time, the patience, and definitely not the ability to install this stuff correctly. So this is one of those jobs where I'm more than happy to give it to someone who does know what they're doing. And yeah, I was very much looking forward to getting the bike back and seeing what it looked like in. And she's back. Marius just dropped it off. I have to say, very impressed with the job he did. The film is practically invisible. You really would have to be looking for it to know it's there. And the good news is, as you can see from the reflection, the paint is still coming through stunningly. So here's the air ducts I showed in the photos a second ago, and like you see, you can't even tell there's a film there. It's really well done. There are some places where it is showing up, like on the tank you can see this line here, and actually I'm looking at it through the viewfinder, and it's showing up worse than it actually is in real life. I think it's because it's catching the light, but this is because some pieces for the H2, they're not one single piece. They have to come in multiple pieces just to fit properly. Again, this stuff is not like vinyl. Well, it is. It's just really, really thick and really hard to work with. But, you know, all credit to Marius. Like, he spent a lot of time and effort to get it right, and he did a phenomenal job. Just look at her. Gorgeous. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. The fairing's now all done, all sealed up. So now I have no excuses. Just have to get on it and ride it. The cost, I know someone's going to ask what the cost, how much was it? This was €480 for the H2, but what I will say is all bikes are different.
this bike was quite complicated because of the sharp angles and shapes, etc. Some bikes might be cheaper, some bikes might be more expensive. I'd say like there's more work in a Goldwing than there is on a, you know, a naked SV650, for example. But yeah, overall, I'm very impressed. Like Marius went as far as removing some of the tailpiece panels and stuff to get it in, and lifting panels off the tank to get it under, so that line continues underneath there into this piece and it just disappears then. So no, in fairness, it looks brilliant. It really does. And it's just one less thing now I'm worried about when I'm out in it. I mean, all I have to do now is get a decent day, try and get her out for a spin. So I'm going to leave a link to Marius's Facebook page in the description below. If you're interested in getting this done, please do reach out to him. He's really responsive. There's a number there for him. He'll come back to you on WhatsApp, etc. But yeah, phenomenal job. And the more I look at this bike, the more I find things I just love about it. It's just stunning. He even went as far as to cut out a custom shape just for the headlight here, which obviously is right at the front of the bike. And even that, like, look at that. Like, I can't even see where he did the film. Yeah. No, really impressed. Really impressed. Yeah, give Marius a shout. See what's going to cost for your bike. He is very busy though. I had to book in like a month in advance with him, probably a bit longer. So that's just a sign the man does good work. He's in demand. And yeah, just tell him Ted sent you. If you have any questions, please do drop them down in the comments. Happy to answer them. Marius is probably the best person to answer them, but if there's anything I can do to help, yeah, just let me know in the comments. See you in the next one.